Welcome to the Dragon's Hideout. So, let's see in our checklist.
Dragon. Oh,
All over the place plot, check. Pervert ghost who like to peek in on Ellen Page in the shower, check. Plot that makes no sense, check. Racism, check. Offensism, triple check. A depiction of my country, which makes me very, very mad. In fact, I feel like talking about how mad I am. As Kermit would say.
by all means, Jova, talk about being mad.
Well, you see, I really don't like it when people do stuff that makes me mad, especially when it's pretty much all done out of stupidity of the plot, like here.
So let me get this straight. If you were right next to... Oh, wait.
Oh.
Okay, okay, guys. So, we offended Saudi-Arabians. We offended
Swahilians.
Native Americans.
What, Native Americans? No, Africans.
No, remember the Navajo chapter.
Oh, yes, and then we offended Africans.
Now we're gonna offend Koreans! Yay!
In a made-up country, nonetheless.
Of course, I will kill you regardless.
What are you talking about, Jova? Kazakhstan totally exists. It's somewhere.
Okay.
It doesn't even sound Korean.
Be a very, very...
I know, it sounds more European, anyway.
So, I asked you one last time. Who do you work for?
That accent just cracks me up.
I knew I was calling it when I said that the mission was going to be a disaster, but did the chapter really have to spoil it that quickly?
Because good pacing is overrated, I guess.
It's completely deserted!
Sure it is.
Oh, but trust me now, Jova. If you think the accent was hammy right now, just wait till we get to the ending of this chapter. Just trust me on
It's
that.
fantastic.
Oh, goody.
Ask Aiden to find a shelter somewhere.
Why does Aiden have to do everything? And if anything, isn't Jody seeing this through Aiden's eyes, so... If he's finding it, they should be able to find it just fine.
I'm sorry, Jova. Jody doesn't know any... Aiden has always done everything for her. She's kind of useless.
And yeah, they had to find a house that was, what, maybe 20 feet away from them?
Oh, if you think that's rich, just wait till we actually reach the enemy base. So, here's my question. They're on uneven ground, so why the skis? Like, what's the point?
Because apparently it's snowy enough.
Why
yeah,
not just
because North Korea is definitely this wintry.
You'd think a snow motorbike would be more useful, but what do I know? I'm not CIA.
It's flat ground. It would be more productive to just walk.
Yeah, they don't even really have the ground, for snowshoes either. They literally would be making better time walking.
I love what's coming right now. Eating snow?
Yeah, you can't do that. At best you'd be drinking it because it turns to liquid.
You can't eat snow. That's not how snow works. Not to mention,
Let
eating
alone
snow.
live on snow.
Not to mention, eating snow. What does that sentence imply? It implies that they didn't bring food supplies. So, let me get this straight. When the CIA goes into a mission into a cold country, they don't bring food supplies.
Food supplies in general is a basic must.
These CIA makes Dick Gumshoe seem competent by comparison.
And Dick Gumshoe's technically very competent. He just doesn't often get to show it often. But yeah, they do make him look about as smart as the likes of the protagonists.
Oh, come on. He's competent. That's what makes him... He's incompetent. That's what makes him funny. That's kind of...
He's not necessarily
He
incompetent.
comes across as a big oaf, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's sort of his character, but there's also this sort of subplot thing where he can be smart. He just... Well, he's often supporting the prosecutors, and in doing so, he also has this sort of sort of in his
Competent
head
enough to save
rivalry.
2 people from a mafia attack.
True.
Okay,
True.
so who's up for a peeing scene?
I'm not.
No.
Okay, I guess I
Why
should.
didn't she leave this project?
Oh, you mean Ellen Page?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I don't know if I already mentioned this earlier in the commentary, but when David Cage approached Ellen Page to do this, he presented to her a scrapbook full of pictures.
Yes, I'm aware of the creepy scrapbook.
Yes, David Cage actually has a scrapbook of photos all the way from her childhood up to now, and
That's weird.
what the hell makes Ellen Page? What the hell makes you accept the role? I mean,
Maybe she finds it touching in a way.
a big paycheck, I guess. But then again, she's a really she's a famous actress who gets roles all the time. She didn't need that paycheck.
Maybe she thought this project was actually going to be good. And by the time that it was revealed how it was going to turn out, it was pretty much too late.
I think it was mentioned before that she wanted to play a quote-unquote badass character.
We're gonna see
Well,
that.
then she must have been sorely disappointed when this game came out.
We're gonna see that when we get to the special features.
Okay.
Okay, so basically the entire point of that peeing scene was just so that Jodie could see the tanks coming. True, they probably would have just heard it, but what do I know? Okay, so yeah, let's follow this to the enemy base, which is...
Oh, no way.
Right.
It's literally right at the end of the supposedly abandoned village.
So they walk like, what, 10 feet?
I guess it was camouflaged by the snow.
Okay, let's check what's inside.
Yeah, originally, wasn't I not supposed to be able to go through those sort of walls?
Or even that far away from Jodie.
Fuck consistency. I'm David Cage.
Wow, that's actually a good subtitle for this movie.
Yep,
Screw continuity, I'm David Cage.
exactly.
That means the rift is...
I am above all.
Okay, so remember that whole, I got blood on my hands, some kid lost his father because of me.
Let's kill some people!
Exactly. Let's keep up the hypocrisy. Let's see.
You know, I never do get the countless YouTube comments I see on YouTube that are praising this game.
Well, that's just morons who either David Cage fan, but like for example, I have
It's like on a lot of playthrough videos on YouTube, you see comments of people saying, "Oh, I gotta play this game," or "This game must be really great." Either these people are misled, or what do they
They're
see in
paid
this?
by David Cage.
Yeah, because
It's obvious, they're paid by him.
the big problem with fans of this game is that they're it's because of emotional manipulation. You know, David Cage can actually construct an emotional connection with the viewer. Instead, he has to manipulate the emotions of the player. Fortunately, a lot of people like you and I, we are too smart to fall for his bullshit.
indeed.
But unfortunately, there are some people out there. I'm not saying, before anyone starts blaming me, no, I'm not saying if you like this game, you're stupid. I'm just saying that not...
You need to rethink it.
Yeah, and really, if you're going to pounce on someone for saying this game is bad and that you may want to rethink it, think about what you're saying. You're literally saying that someone is bad for, you know, suggesting to maybe look at a game that has such scripting and such poor character traits, and yes, I know I'm speaking in opinion-wise, but really, do you really want to say that, you know, someone who has done what is factually hypocrisy and has murdered countless people and then blames it on other people, is that really the person you want to be a role model for?
Hell, if you love this game, play Shutakumi's Ghost Trick. Shutakumi is the creator of Ace Attorney, because Ghost Trick is Shutakumi's best game in general. and it's a fantastic Nintendo DS game. Play that, or even get it on the iPad or something. Just play a good version of this concept, please. Okay, so back to what's actually going on screen. Okay, so turns out they don't have a plan.
I'm looking for a plan, not a way to
Yes.
commit suicide.
The CIA came here into the enemy base, and they have no plan for how to proceed. They didn't do any studies of the territory, nothing.
Nice idea, but it won't fool them very long.
They're
So
just
what they
literally
decide to do is basically take the uniforms, which for some reason fit them, especially a small girl.
exactly.
I know.
I mean,
Might work from a distance, then what?
plus they're not even Korean in any way.
Exactly.
Yeah, the only reason they're gonna let you in is if they're unbelievably stupid, or if they just happen to know who you are and are willing to let you into your doom.
There's a good chance we're gonna have to move fast.
Okay, so
That's in order, Nick.
Wait, you're ordering those two to stay for God knows what could happen to them?
Give me the explosives.
well, we need someone to rescue them later.
Good point.
Okay, so guys, guess what? Some underwater submarine part.
And Steel Diver it ain't.
You do realize we might not make
Let me guess. Automated or basically... wait, let me guess. It's either it's automated or you're going to be kept within the lines like that Red Dead Redemption ripoff with the horses in Navajo.
You can actually move in various directions.
Really?
But unfortunately, the actual level design of this segment suffers from Final Fantasy XIV syndrome. So it's a hallway. You can literally only go forward, pretty much.
So my second option then, pretty much, yeah, you're gonna be restricted in where you can go.
Exactly.
You know, that works in certain games like Sonic Unleashed and Generations, but in games like this that are supposed to give you the open world feel and supposedly real life feel, yeah, this is where it falls flat on its face.
It's not even a matter of it being linear, because Last of Us is a linear game. It's a fantastic game. The problem is that if you're gonna make a linear game, don't put in segments or gameplay elements that are much better, that need exploration to be engaging.
Precisely. Navajo is pretty much the pinnacle of all that. A whole open wide desert, and yet for some reason invisible walls are keeping me from checking this out.
You don't really have to avoid anything major in any of these sequences.
Nope.
There is absolutely no challenge whatsoever, and...
We're literally just walking towards the next cutscene.
This right here is a Sunday drive.
pretty much.
There. You see the lights?
Damn, I missed a turn. Just take the next turn, Jody. I missed a turn, Ryan. I told you, don't worry. Just take the next turn.
I missed a turn, Ryan! Oh, who cares? We all know that the game developers made it so that we won't even get hurt.
We're lost. I don't know where I am. We're all lost. We'll never get back to the road anymore. We're all doomed.
Oh, gee, I wonder if that's the Korean door. Because it's just so subtle.
Yeah, this totally isn't a secret base.
I mean, hidden dragon insignia? Oh, I'm sure it just happened to be a sunken Japanese battleship.
And now let's jump forward again.
Human would have heard that for so long.
This is the point where David Cage was all like,
You will be
you know, guys,
protected
it is
beyond
brilliant that we spoil the plot before the actual plot gets to the final, to the finale. Because it is brilliant, the fact that you can actually watch a plot, except you're not going to be surprised at all, because it is a wonderful commentary on how life can be unpredictable and at the same time predictable.
Say nothing, you hear me?
It is brilliant.
You know, are there any more speeches of his concerning Beyond Two Souls that completely contradict the evidence in this? Because I could make an entire Ace Attorney game of taking apart his testimonies at this point.
Now, what happens in this scene is a perfect example of how hypocritical David Cage actually is.
Exactly. So the guy who keeps talking about how games are too violent, or games shouldn't be about violence and shooting and GTA and Call of Duty, because he likes to shit on Call of Duty.
You know what?
and
Screw this.
being
I'm
too
actually
violent.
going to go look up his speech. What was it called?
Just go to YouTube. David Cage dies, which is in the dice speech he like.
David Cage dies?
Dice. D-I-C.
Oh, Dice. Okay.
Yep, you just lost an eye.
And here's an so yeah, basically I should explain what
Here it is.
I should explain what the fuck is going on here. So since I didn't spill the beans, he tried to convince me by ripping his eye off. But I don't give a shit about Ryan, so whatever. Just do whatever you want to him. But here's an interesting thing. If you let him rip the eye off,
Okay. Here's part of what it says. We make the same games over and over, Cage said, yada yada yada. The lack of innovation is an issue for an industry. He pointed out that people can talk to their parents and grandparents about movies, but that's rarely a common understanding between the groups of games. Now, Cage believes the industry is ready for change. He wants to see the developers make games without guns and focus on the journey the game offers more than its challenge.
Oh.
Now moving on.
Everything is wrong with that.
Yep. Now moving on, it also says, Cage said the first step to getting to this future are to make games for everyone and change game pentagrams. Now, let it be noted, this game is rated M, not E for everyone.
Jova, just for the sake of commenting on this, I want to interrupt you just so. Any idea how do you plan to do that, Jody?
Oh, yep, they're walking right into this blind with no
It's like as if
whatsoever.
that's obvious. Like, no, of course I don't.
They're literally just making shit up as they go along. I find it hilarious. I'm sorry, but
This
another.
is the one situation which you do not improvise.
Okay, another interesting thing that might another bit of trivia for you guys. If you let the Korean general rip Ryan's eye off like I did, you earn a trophy called Eye for Eye.
There's actually a trophy for having sex with Ryan too, as well.
Oh God, what's that one called?
It is. Actually, I'm gonna look up the trophy list right now. Okay, Jova, you can keep going with your David Cage bashing. Go ahead.
Alright. Now, further the document says, Cage said that the first steps to making to this future are to make games for everyone. Now, I object to that because Beyond Two Souls is rated M. It's not E for everyone. Now, he stressed the need to move away from violence and making the same game over and over again. Where do I begin with that one?
You don't. You just see footage from the games. You don't need to say anything.
Yep, I rest my case. Anyway, can we create games that have something to say? Can we create games with meaning? He outlined a number of topics that the games could potentially tackle, such as politics and human emotion.
Want me to say something about that, Jova? I find that particular thing that he said it really shows how out of touch he is with the games industry as a whole. Because there have been developers making games with meaning that have something to say way before you even became a developer. The Ultima series, the classic Final Fantasy games, the Wing Commander series, and this was even before polygons were invented.
Heck, Injustice for All, like Injustice Gods Among Us is a fighting game, and that's actually made a notable effort to have story.
Well, to be fair, the Ace Attorney series came about after David Cage made his first game.
No, I was talking about Injustice Gods Among Us, the DC fighting game.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. A fighting game managed to have better and more gripping story than Beyond Two Souls in its entirety. Let that sink in. A fighting game did a better job. Now, I'm not saying that it was a bad story nonetheless, but still. They're actually taking effort to change fighting games and actually have them have story, while still giving the gameplay that people know and love. What does this say about David Cage, whose Sadness trilogy is often cited as constantly doing the same thing over again, having violence and swearing galore.
Pretty much.
And you know what? The fighting game didn't even have as much wanton swearing either.
Okay, so I have to apologize to our viewers watching this because this game requires absolutely no skill or thought whatsoever to get through. So my brain kind of fell asleep mid-playing. So I went there even though I'm not supposed to go there. But I'm sorry, I turned back. So now we're back on track.
Who
I'm
could
sorry.
tell, really?
Well, my brain. Well, every time I play this game, there's nothing going on skill-based, so my brain kind of turns off since it's not being used.
Yes,
Oh,
Jody,
God.
we know.
Okay, hit this guy again. Violence is awful. Yeah, let's turn off the switch. Aiden, why can't you just use that exact same wrench to knock them out, like you did that guy just now? Why do you need the? Okay, fine, whatever. Let's press the switch by shooting it.
Video game cliches, anyone?
So don't shoot the people and then press the button. Just shoot everything.
You know, this is actually a good time to come back to the cross-examination of what David Cage had to say in this document. All real-world themes should be used, he said, pointing out how games are set in separate dimensions and are not mirror reflections of what the game is. He also goes to point out how video game characteristics such as supposedly shooting a button or shooting a control panel are rather cliched and silly.
Shut up, David. Just shut up.
because his games are not silly and cliche at
We
all, are
just
they?
saw Aiden in a Korean body shooting the keyboard and somehow that doing it.
Also, what happened just there? A bunch of ghosts just went on a murderous rampage.
Yeah.
That's because I turned off the containment field, so all the ghosts that were imprisoned there have gone loose.
Let it be remembered,
Oh.
it was in the very speech for Beyond Two Souls where he says all real-world themes should be used.
You know, Jova. Later on, when you edit this part, be sure to add the cross-examination theme while you're doing this.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Oh, please do.
Which cross-examination theme do you want? I really like the one from Dual Destiny. Huh?
The one first game.
Okay, do you want me to include the Cadenza remix?
Sure. Whatever you think is better.
Yeah. Oh man, this is fun.
So, I should explain what's going on. So, yeah, Ryan is kind of, under the weather. But I hate Ryan, so I'm not gonna heal his wounds. Fuck that. So I'm just gonna blast the door, and the only reason I'm getting him out of there is because I have to. Otherwise, the game won't allow me to go on.
I guess in a morale sense, it is, humane to rescue him. As much as a jerk as he has been.
But I can assure you that if I had the option, I would just leave him to the fishies.
Wait for me. If I'm not back in 15 minutes.
Oh yes. Note he had his eye taken out. The bandages are not completely covering the wound.
Top-notch animation, ain't that?
Not only that, but who put those bandages on? The Koreans? I mean, they didn't seem like they were very sensitive about his eye injury. Or was it was it him? Well, either way, that bandage, that's not enough, dude. You kind of need... Okay, fine, you know what? Whatever.
Wait, so you're just gonna blow it all to heck?
Because, yes, of course.
Surely they could have just nuked it from the outside by, finding the base.
Jova, we have to prove that violence is awful by using violence. Don't you know don't you know that?
Okay, time to continue with this cross-examination then. Cage also said developers should embrace talent outside of the video game industry, whether it's authors helping with stories or actors bringing characters to life. He wants developers to establish new relationships with Hollywood. It's time for meaningful and constructive and balanced relationships. We can work together to create a new form of entertainment. Cage ended his speech by saying press can help improve games by giving meaningful analysis and opinions, not just scores about game components. Gamers play a large role too. Buying or not buying a game is almost like a political vote, he said. You decide what direction the industry goes in with your vote. Buying a game is also a matter of responsibility. You vote where the industry you vote where you want the industry to go. So yeah, he's pretty much saying, yeah, if you want the game industry to actually be respected, you need to buy our games.
Oh man. Okay, in response to Shiroi's question, I'm looking at the trophies right now. The trophy for making her score with Ryan is called Perfect Lover.
What?
Perfect
Oh my
Lover.
And thus, we come to the ultimate contradiction of this whole speech of his. He calls it the Peter Pan syndrome, which I object to on the stance that Beyond Two Souls is the one with the Peter Pan syndrome, and it does all the things he supposedly criticizes, whereas other games outshine it.
Okay guys, so who's up for some Dead Space underwater? Yes, we're now Dead Space, except it's underwater. Dead Sea, I guess?
That suit she put on looked a lot like the Mr. Freeze suit from the Arkham games.
Oh my god, it actually does. I never noticed.
There's gotta be a light on this thing.
Hey, it's even got the cool computer screen inside of its helmet.
Keep calm, Aiden.
Okay, David, we get it. You like the Batman Arkham games.
And the Assassin's Creed games, and Ghost Trick, and apparently some unknown fetish with trying to emulate a visual novel, and also Harry Potter, and Ellen Page, and pretty much every single cliche in the Ghost Story book. Oh yeah, and Ghostbusters. And X-Men.
Should we just try and think of the games he's
When
not
you don't-
emulating here?
Crash Bandicoot?
No, right now we're emulating Dead Space. Just trust me on that. It's underwater, I know, but that doesn't really change.
Treasure Knight does not approve of this.
General of the bodies, whatever. Okay, back to...
Why are we focusing on her feet?
Oh my god, it's a Sky Gina! Like... I mean, look at that thing. Okay, so here's my question. See all those ghosts?
Those are ghosts? They look like
Yep.
fish.
Well, the ghosts in this game kind of look like fish, so... But the point is, why are those ghosts not attacking me? Remember when Jodie was little and ghosts were literally attacking her all the time? Well, and even then, hell, not even just when she was little. Back in the beginning of the homeless chapter, she was being attacked by ghosts too. So
Adults
what
are
the
harder
hell?
to scare, I guess.
I guess these ghosts only attack her when the plot wants them to.
Well,
Seriously.
as we
no
see in a
challenge
minute,
whatsoever.
something does happen.
Okay.
Oh good, it's gonna
More-
be something stupid, isn't it?
Uh-huh, and it's still not a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so keep walking. Oh, God, this is so slow. Why can't we have a run button?
The game is
Okay.
slow enough as it is. We don't need to put her underwater.
Wait,
Yes,
didn't she
exactly.
already place that bomb?
There are two sides
Oh.
to the generator.
Okay, is there anything else that David Cage we can cross-examine while I'm waiting for something actually exciting to happen?
No, something exciting is gonna happen now. If anything, we're gonna fight what is, in my opinion, the best character in the entire game. But before that...
Ooh, it's the ghost of a piranha.
It's a ghost sea monster.
Oh,
So, wait, this is pretty much ripping off
Looks
Legend
like
of
an
Korra
eel.
Book 2 now.
yep. But
Oh wait, so now she can run underwater just fine?
that wasn't... Why the hell couldn't I run be...
And
And note how the scary fish ghost thing is rubber banding.
This brain gives me this game gives me cancer.
This game has no brain.
This game gives me cancer. It does.
This game is cancer.
Okay, guys, who's up for a wonderful fight? A wonderful, hilarious fight against an hilariously stereotype. Let's go.
Oh, this guy is hilarious.
Just listen to this guy talking, Jova.
Discovery the world has ever known. Destroyed because of you, stupid American bitch.
Wow.
Wait, wait for it.
You can't
for
even
it.
really call it the greatest discovery since America sort of beats you to it in the story. Dude, stop acting like you were even the first to discover it. You're literally the second.
Just wait, Jova, just wait.
Let me guess, the spirit's gonna end up taking him. Dragging
You
him
just-
and
Oh,
he'll get
yes.
caught into the blast, won't he?
But something else as well.
You just put it in what's gonna happen. Yes, you just put it in it. Again.
How do I do this? How do
Listen,
I
listen.
keep managing to just call everything?
Listen to it. Just listen, Jova.
Okay.
Evil laugh.
He's actually doing
What?
an evil laugh. You know
I
what?
know.
Can we just play as this guy? You know,
Jeez.
he's so
I
far the
take
most.
shame about this guy.
I know! He actually
so
is
fucked up.
hilarious.
He's evil and he loves it.
So
I
just
can-
wondering, are you purposely failing, or is this actually what happens if you go for the motions?
No, this is actually what happens if I go through the motions.
Really? Because the game sure makes it look like you fail.
Yes, but
Thank you, demonic spirit. And what a
Yes.
shot. Dragged him right into the water just like I called.
okay. So Jova, Shiroi, are you guys up for a Metroid Escape from the Base segment?
Another ripoff?
Yes.
What's next? Mass Effect? Who the heck
well,
is that?
well, Jova. A funny story about the ending of this game. We'll get to that when we get to that.
No way! Lord help David Cage if you ripped off the ending of Mass Effect 3. Well, the original ending.
Again, funny story, Jova.
Did you just predict the right game in the series?
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Not only did I predict the ending, but I predicted the right ending game of the Mass Effect series that it rips off.
How did you predict the ending twist? You just predicted exactly what game's ending the ending of this game is ripping off.
Seriously, he's
Oh
ripping
my
off Mass Effect
God.
3's ending. You know, the one ending that pretty much even anyone who wasn't into Mass Effect knew about because of how stupid it was.
Well, it's not exact. Well, we're already saying it anyway, so I'll just say it. Basically, what happens at the ending? There's gonna be a color choice ending, and that's what Mass Effect 3 did at the end. It was a color choice ending.
Yeah,
so
but Mass Effect 3 pretty much just scuffed at whatever choice you made, and that's what led to the stupid ending.
I actually, again, I've never played Mass Effect 3, so I can't properly explain how similar it is. But I have streamed this game to a Mass Effect 3 fanboy. And when I got to the ending, he was all like, "Oh my god, this is giving me horrible flashbacks of Mass Effect 3's ending." So, if anything...
I'm not really traumatized by it, but yeah, it's very stupid what happened in Mass Effect 3. It basically, what happened with the ending of Mass Effect 3 is what happens with the majority of Beyond Two Souls. Whatever choice you made, you still got the same stupid conclusion.
Exactly. Okay, guys, so, turns out the submarine has suffered heavy damage and cannot go on.
We're gonna use
what's our
Aiden.
plans?
We're gonna use Aiden, aren't we?
Nope.
We aren't?
Oh, Jova. Actually, here's
We're
her
going to
plan.
defy physics.
What?
Just, do this.
Maybe we can make it to the top alive.
Yes, her plan is to swim to the surface. That's her plan.
With no gear. None.
Hey, okay,
Let me
here,
guess, she's
okay.
gonna have Aiden protecting them, right?
Nope. No.
What? Come on,
Jody.
David Cage. Come on, David Cage. The one time you actually could use...
No,
No.
Bullshit. Water pressure. You can't. That's not possible. You cannot open the hatch while
Where's Ryan?
underwater. Not
Because
only
it's
that.
freezing, you'd be dead.
Not only that, but you're swimming in Arctic waters.
And
Swimming in water that cold literally drains the air out of your lungs.
And seriously,
Right.
of all the times, she could have just used Aiden. Seriously, if she had used Aiden, that would actually have it be legitimate. But nope, apparently she can magically just do this on her own and not suffer the consequences.
And also, Ryan, look at him. He's not wearing any gear,
He's
and
wearing
he
less
swam
than-
up there with an open wound.
He's wearing less than Jack in Titanic was wearing.
Oh my god, God bless you, David Cage. This is amazing.
Wow. You literally have Aiden, David Cage. You literally have Aiden, who is your go-to MacGuffin, and you don't even use him for this. What am I supposed to believe? That Jody is some superhuman, superhero, misunderstood? Oh wait, that's right, he's ripping off X-Men.
Well, Ellen Page was in the latest X-Men film, so connection?
A vague one, because the X-Men film was actually good.
Okay, so just in case we die, Ryan is trying to make amends, but I hate the shit out of him, so I'm just gonna blow him off.
I never had time to tell you this, but I love you, Jody.
Your
Wow,
timing-
really bad timing.
Actually, Jody agrees with you.
Really?
See?
Oh.
Wanted you to know just in case we die here.
You should have
Wait.
died there.
Cliche writing is cliche writing. Oh, I love this one.
So how about you?
What?
Do you love me too?
Well, gee,
Say
I
no.
wouldn't know, because I have no idea how the heck I fell in love with you.
Guys, maybe you should, I don't know, look for shelter. You know, the last thing you should do in this situation is stand still, freezing even more. You should try to run, keep your bodies warm. Just saying. Oh, I also love this one. I don't love him, so I'm pig-headed. The game literally just called me pig-headed for not loving him.
Okay, so what would be his reaction if you actually did say you loved him
If I said I loved him, they would kiss.
and make
Because,
out?
because romance, I guess.
Ugh.
Oh, look!
It's like
See?
they're trying to rip off the dying scene in Titanic.
Well, that's pretty fucking convenient that they found them right away.
How did they even get their hands on one of those vehicles?
Wait a minute.
Wait, no.
If
I thought you said we were going just forward from now on.
Oh, right, I forgot about the Huntings chapter.
Oh, for
This is act-
God's sakes, we're practically at the
Now,
pinnacle.
what we have here... What we
This
have
is
here is a
actually-
scene that would have made people feel something if it was actually in a good plot.
Exactly. This is by far the best chapter in the game because when you actually look at it on its own, it's actually a well-executed chapter for what it's doing. The problem is that it's a part of a shitty story, so it's too little too late.
And it shows up practically near the end based on how far we are into this commentary.
And
This
it
is
shows the
literally-
rest of the game up.
Well, if
Th-
any...
we're-
Well, hey,
we're li-
if anything, this is a good omen, since this may be the best part of the commentary.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I
let's...
literally got to cross-examine David Cage.
Okay, so for the sake of Jova trying to evaluate this, let's all shut up and we'll talk about what Jova thinks about this chapter after it's done. So,
Okay.
all right.
Cool.
Okay, dead person. Follow her.
It's Nathan's dead daughter.
I recognize her. She's trying to tell us something. Probably something about Nathan.
You'd be right.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing here? It's late. Go back to bed.
Oh, he has been in there for some time, hasn't he? Interesting.
Don't be sad, Daddy.
What did you say?
It was so quick. Mommy couldn't do anything. But it didn't hurt.
Stop it, Jill.
It didn't hurt at all.
You hear me? Stop it right now.
We're here, Nathan. We're right by your side.
Come on. Laura.
I love you, darling. We'll always love you.
Talk to me again. Jody. Make them come back. Make them come back again.
Can't. They've gone.
Please. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. I missed him so much.
Well, at least there's two characters in this story I can at least definitely sympathize with and actually feel for.
That's the only chapter that made Jova shut up. That's just, which again, another big reason why this game sucks so hard. It had the potential to be a really touching experience.
The scene was fantastic, but it was blown by the rest of the shit.
Yes,
There
because
are literally only two characters I now can care about in this story. Cole and Nathan. Amazing. One scene in particular made me care so much about Nathan. As opposed to...
The sad thing is that, like I said, too little, too late.
And let me guess, they're somehow going to end up screwing Nathan's character, aren't they?
Jova, God damn it, Jova!
What?
Like you're
What? No.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Yes,
Oh, come
what?
on. That was just me being cynical. Don't tell me I was actually right.
You're spoiling the. I don't even need to spoil the game for you. You're spoiling the game for yourself.
Everyone knows the ending. Let's just go to
I
the
don't know
special
the ending.
features.
I was just being cynical. Really? Please don't tell me they're going to ruin Nathan.
Yes, they are.
Okay, David
Oh.
Cage, you've definitely earned that cross-examination I gave you.
Why are you still allowed to make games? Why?
Money. Money and
Money.
power.